Hey my loved ones, welcome back to my channel. So I am going to start a new series on my palette collection. I have over 200 palettes, so I will not just make one video on my palette collection. So I will show you guys palettes by brand. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start today off with Urban Decay. This is going to be the first video for the series. And I also have dupes for the Urban Decay palettes. So a lot of the palettes that I have, besides the Coastal Scents palettes and the BH Cosmetic palettes, I have dupes for a lot of my higher end palettes. Okay, so we are starting off with Urban Decay. So the only palettes that I have from Urban Decay are the Naked palettes and the Electric palette. So we are going to start off in order with the Naked 1 palette, which looks like this. And I know everybody and their mama got these palettes, and I think these palettes retail for $42 or something like that. So this is the Naked 1 palette. It has beautiful neutral tones. It has a lot of shimmer colors. It also have a lot of matte. No, it don't have too many matte shades. It has about 2 matte shades, and the rest are shimmer. So, you know, this palette has been out for a while, and I really haven't used this in a while. So I think I'm going to go through my palettes and do some makeup looks using the palettes in my collection, because I need to put some use to these palettes. Okay, so that is the Naked 1 palette. So I have 2 dupes for this palette. The first dupe is from Coastal Scents, which is the Revealed 1 palette, which looks like this. These retail for $19.95 on the Coastal Scents website, and this is what the eyeshadow looks like. It has way more colors than the Naked palette. It has a total of 20 beautiful colors in this palette, as you can see. And let me show you how it compares to the Naked 1 palette. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of the colors are similar in this palette, and this is the Coastal Scents palette. The eyeshadows is just as pigmented as the Urban Decay palette, and so I don't know if you want to pay $42 or you want to pay $19.95 plus more eyeshadow. So you make that determination and you decide. And also I have a third dupe, which is made by Rimmel London, which is called Grudge Glamour, and it looks like this. Okay, so everybody is duping the Urban Decay palette. I'm just going to try to open this with one hand. There we go. And this is what this palette looks like. Okay, so this is the dupe from the drugstore. And then you have an internet dupe. And then you have the original. Okay, so that is the Naked 1. Okay, so we're just going to go in the order by the Nakeds. Okay, so for Naked 2, this is what the packaging looks like. Very nice. Tin foil, very, very sturdy. And I really like how they changed the packaging up from 1 to 2. So this is the Naked 2 palette. You have more of a gold tone range in this palette. So this is more of gold and bronze colors. Okay, so yes, the same pricing. And so the dupe for this palette is the Coastal Scents Revealed 3. And let me go ahead and show you this palette. And I was kind of skeptical to see which one works better. The Revealed 3 with the Naked 3, but it resembles more of the Naked 2 than the 3. So this is what they look like together. Okay, and so the third dupe is the Rimmel London eyeshadow palette in Keep Calm and Wear Gold. Let me put that down real fast. And this has so many similarities in this palette right here. The only thing the Rimmel London palette don't have is a black. But they are so similar. And I think the Rimmel London palettes were either $9.99 or $11.99 compared to $42. Okay, so that is the Naked 2 palette plus dupes. Okay, so next we have the Naked 3 palette, which is the same packaging as the Naked 2. And I really love this palette. I need to get back into the swing of things and start using some of my palettes to do makeup tutorials. But this is more of a rose gold palette, which I absolutely love. This is one of my favorites right here. This one and the Electric palette and the Urban Decay Naked palette, the first version, number 1. Okay, so this is the Naked 3 palette, which is rose gold. And I thought the Revealed 2 resembled the rose gold palette more than the 3. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see, this one has a lot of rose tone at the bottom. And then you got some burgundies at the top as well as black. And I really think this resembled this palette more than the last one that I just showed you. Okay, so the third dupe for this palette, or the second dupe for this palette, is the Rimmel London palette. And the name of this one is London Nude Calling. And I'm just trying to open it. Okay, and it looks like this. And these palettes are so darn similar to each other. So that is the Rimmel London palette as well as the Naked 3 palette. Okay, so now we have the Urban Decay Smoky palette, the Naked Smoky palette. Okay, which looks like this. So I'm going in the order as they came out. This is the Naked Smoky palette. And I really like this palette as well. And I love the packaging. It is just so sleek and so pretty. Okay, so this is what the palette looks like. I only use this palette one time. As you can see, it still has the brush in there. So this is, ooh, well, it ain't in there no more because it just fell out. So this is what it looks like. Very pretty. And the dupe for this one is the Coastal Scents Revealed Smoky. And it looks like this. Very similar, as you can see. Okay, so $42 versus $20. Which one would you choose?
You're cold.
I am.
Yeah.
Go sit down. I'm almost done. Okay, so the next palette is what I absolutely love because they just came out with this dupe palette. So the last palette is this is my favorite. This is my all-time favorite out of all of the palettes, is the Naked Heat. Okay, these colors are so beautiful in this palette. Oh my God, why Urban Decay? Why did you come out with this warm tone palette that is just absolutely gorgeous? Okay, so this is what the heat look like. This is just so pretty. Stop. Look at that palette right there. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Okay, so the dupe for this palette just came out, and this is the Magnify Spice Addiction Rimmel London palette. And I'm surprised Coastal Scents haven't duped this palette yet, but it's been out for a minute now and they still haven't duped it. So a lot of the Coastal Scents reveal palettes I got because I was on the PR list, but they haven't sent me anything lately. So I don't know what's going on with that. But if they come out with a dupe for this one, I'm definitely going to purchase it. Ooh. Okay, so this is what the Rimmel London palette looks like compared to the Naked Heat palette. I mean, almost similar to each other. Look at that. Look at that palette. Look at those colors. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they almost duped this to the T as I'm looking at it.
That's this.
They really almost duped this to the T. The only thing that they didn't dupe is the third color over from that side, but everything else is the same. Okay, so last but not least is the brightest palette. I love this one too. Okay, so my favorite is the Naked Heat. This is the order that I love them in. The Naked Heat, the Electric, and the Naked 3, which is the Rose Gold. Okay, so this is my Urban Decay Electric palette, and I love this palette because I love to wear colorful eyeshadows and bright eyeshadows. Sunday, go sit down now. So this is the Electric palette. It looks like this. Very pretty, very bright pigmented colors. This palette is so pigmented, I can't even describe how pigmented this palette is. I just love how they have the lime greens and the neon yellows and these beautiful turquoise colors in this palette. I absolutely love it. So for the dupe for this palette is made by Pinky Rose, which is the Bright Lights palette. And this palette retails for $29. And wait until you see the colors in this palette. I mean, it's a little better than the Electric palette. And these are the colors. Look how gorgeous these colors are. Look. You have 14 colors in the Pinky Rose Electric palette, and you have 10 colors in the Urban Decay Electric palette. So in the Bright Lights palette, you have 3 glittery shades that is just so beautiful. You do not need a glitter primer for those eyeshadows. So I really like this Bright Lights palette. I really love both of them. But if you haven't picked up or checked out Pinky Rose Cosmetics, then you definitely need to check them out. Okay, so that is all of my Urban Decay palettes that I have for you guys. So I don't know what brand I'm going to do next, but it will be real soon. And thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this series, then please thumb up this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.